cybersecurity certification landscape continues to evolve in 2025. It reflects the industry's rapid technological advancements as well as the shifting threat landscape. Organizations continue to face increasingly sophisticated attacks, and regulatory requirements are becoming more stringent. So the demand for qualified cybersecurity professionals remain at an all-time high. You need to understand that selecting the right certification will not only significantly impact your career trajectory, but also your earning potential. But the truth is, your investments, both in time as well as money, should be carefully considered against the potential returns. Now, the first certification I would like for us to look at is the entry level certifications. That's the first phase. When the entry level certifications, the first one I'm going to be talking about is CompTIA Security Plus. CompTIA Security Plus. I love this certification, especially when it is in your starting phase of your career in cybersecurity. This is one certification I usually recommend that those that are starting their roles in the cybersecurity space take, because it remains the definitive starting point for cybersecurity careers. It covers essential security concepts, the tools, the procedures, and for some of the key topics, it covers network security, the threats, the vulnerabilities, cryptography, identity management, as well as risk management. Now, the main reason why this certification matters this year is because that certification continues to be recognized globally, and it is serving as the baseline qualification for many security positions. So one of the main reasons I'm going to ask you to go take that certification is mainly for you to understand that if you're entering into the cybersecurity space, this particular certification will not only make you look good on paper, it will also provide you with some required skills to elevate your career. Now, the interesting thing about this certification is that most people will say that you need two years of IT administration or experience. But the truth is, this particular certification covers a lot of the basics. So I would recommend that you teach yourself some of the basics, especially A plus as well as Network Plus, if you want to do the security certification, the Security Plus certification. You don't necessarily have to take those exams, but just have a good understanding of the processes and how they work, as well as the fundamentals, so that by the time you are going into your Security Plus, you are not confused and you have already gained some level of understanding of how it would work. Now, my recommendation for you is that target this certification if you are looking at roles such as security specialist, security administrator, IT auditor, or even a security consultant. Like I said, it is the starting phase, the baseline qualification for careers in cyber security space. Now, the second certification I want us to look at the entry level certification is the CISA, CompTIA's CISA, CompTIA's Cybersecurity Analyst. The thing with this certification is that it focuses on defensive security skills, including threat detection, security monitoring, and incident response. Most of the key topics that this particular certification covers include behavioral analytics, network security monitoring, incident response procedures, as well as vulnerability management. One of the major reasons I am asking or recommending it for this year is because this year there is an increasing emphasis on proactive security measures. So this particular certification will help to address that critical skill gap in detection as well as response capabilities. And most importantly, because some of the skills that you need when moving on the career ladder into the cybersecurity leadership space includes incident response as well as risk management, some of which this particular certification covers. It helps you to be able to cover that ground ever before you think about moving into the cybersecurity leadership space. I'm going to advise you to take this particular certification if you are targeting roles such as, especially stock roles actually, security operations center roles. If you are looking at working in security operations, I'm going to advise you to take this particular certification. Security operations analyst, the vulnerability analyst. You want to be a security operations center analyst. Just endeavor to take this certification. It's going to help you a lot. Now, the third certification we are looking at is CISA. CISA, that's the certification by ISACA, Certified Information Systems Auditor. The thing with this certification is that it focuses on IT auditing controls as well as security processes. But for the key processes or the key topics that you're going to be learning, you're going to be learning information system auditing processes, governance and management of IT, information system acquisition, development, as well as implementation. The interesting thing about this certification is that it's going to recommend that you have 3 years of professional experience in information systems auditing, control, or security. Yes, waivers are available, but it is good if you have a good understanding or at least concepts of systems auditing, control, or as well as security before you ever take this certification. Now, the reason I am encouraging you to take this certification this year is that you need to understand that as it falls on my list this year, is that you need to understand as regulatory compliance demands are increasing, CISA continues to be highly valued because it involves roles such as audit and compliance. Now, if you are going into a role that involves audit as well as compliance, roles such as IT auditor, compliance specialist, security consultant, or even the governance professional, this certification is a nice entry level to have, must have. Now let's look at the mid-level certifications. The first one is going to be CISM. A lot of organizations classify CISM as a mid-level certification. Yes, it may be mid-level, or for in some instances, is actually at the advanced level. Now, why do I say that? This particular certification is actually a management focused certification that helps to address governance, program development, as well as incident response. Key topics that you're going to be covering with this certification includes information security governance, risk management, program development, as well as management, and then incident management. This particular certification is extremely good for you if you are looking at moving into the cybersecurity leadership space. This particular certification is very valuable if you want to move into this leadership space. And you need to understand that one of the reasons why it is valuable this year is that CISM holders consistently are amongst the highest paid IT professionals in the world at this time. But the requirement is that you need to have a minimum of 5 years of information security management experience to even consider taking this certification. Now, the target roles that this certification covers includes security management, CISO, security director, as well as becoming a security architect. So, like I said before, if you are trying to move into the cybersecurity leadership space, this is a wonderful certification that you need to have. The second certification in the mid-level careers includes Offensive Security Certified Professional. That's the OSCP. A particular certification includes hands-on penetration testing certification requirements, and it requires the candidates to successfully attack and penetrate various life systems. The reason this certification is actually important is because it covers topics such as exploitation techniques, buffer overflows, privilege escalation, as well as client-side attacks. This certification is extremely important for you if you are looking at becoming and moving into roles such as penetration testing, especially. And you need to understand that one of the major reasons why this certification is important is that this year it distinguishes practical hands-on approach compared to something like certified ethical hacking that is only theoretical. Now, this particular certification continues to be highly respected because it demonstrates real-world offensive security skills. I will advise that you take this particular certification, or you look at this certification if you want to move into the penetration testing space, you want to become a security consultant, and you want to be focused on mostly the red teaming. That means you are looking at more of the offensive side of cybersecurity. You want to be a red team member, or you want to be a vulnerability assessor. The third certification I'm going to be advising that you take at this level is CCSP, Certified Cloud Security Professional. This particular certification is a joint certification between ISC Square and CSA, that's the Cloud Security Alliance. And the certification focuses on cloud security architecture, design, operations, as well as service orchestration. Some of the key topics that I'm going to be covering with this certification includes cloud architecture and design, cloud data security, cloud platform security, cloud application security, cloud operations, as well as legal compliance. One of the reasons this particular certification has made my list is that cloud adoption is becoming a big deal right now, as specialized cloud security expertise remains in high demand across different industries. So getting a job is not going to be very hard. I will recommend this particular certification if you are looking at roles such as cloud security architect, cloud security engineer, or cloud compliance specialist. You need a minimum of 5 years of IT experience with 3 years in information security and 1 year in cloud security for you to be eligible to take this particular certification. Now, I want us to look at the specialized certifications, the advanced level ones. I'm not going to look at all the certifications in the advanced level ones, just the ones I'm going to be recommending to you that you take. The first one is CISSP, Certified Information System Security Professional. Now, one of the biggest mistakes I have seen a lot of people make with this particular certification is not understanding that it is actually an advanced and specialized certification. So everyone wants to take it. If you decide to go take this particular certification by ISC Square, they are not going to encourage you not to take that particular exam until it is time to get the certification, and then you are told you are not eligible until after 5 years. So you need to understand that this particular certification is considered the gold standard in security certifications. It covers a lot, or what I would call a broad knowledge across 8 security domains. Those security domains include security and risk management, asset security, security architecture and engineering, communication and network security, identity and access management, security assessment as well as testing, security operations, software development security. Like I said, this particular certification is the gold standard, and it continues to be the most recognized and respected security certification. But the truth is, it is particularly meant for senior positions as well as leadership roles. You need a minimum of 5 years of full-time professional experience in at least 2 of the 8 security domains that I have mentioned for you to be eligible to that certification. A lot of people, like I said, they make a mistake of taking the certifications, then they become ineligible to get the certification. Passing the exam does not make you eligible for getting the certifications. I want you to take note of that. So get this particular certification if you are looking at roles such as CISOs, security architecture, security manager, becoming a security director, or even being a security consultant. This, like I said, is the gold standard, but you need a minimum of 5 years of full-time professional experience in at least 2 of the 8 domains to qualify for that particular certification. Now, the next certification I want us to look at with specialized certifications as well as advanced level is GIAC, the Security Experts, GSC. The reason this certification is regarded as an elite level certification because it represents the highest achievement in the GIAC program. It requires mastery across multiple security disciplines, and it has comprehensive coverage across technical as well as management aspects of information security. If you are able to pass this particular certification, you are considered to be one of the biggest experts in the world. Now, this certification, one of the reasons I'm recommending it, or it's or it made my list is because it is recognized as one of the most challenging and prestigious security certifications because it demonstrates both breadth as well as depth of knowledge when it comes to information security. For you to be eligible to get this certification, you need to hold multiple GIAC certifications and pass a rigorous 2-day practical exam. It's not the kind of certification that you sleep and wake up and say, I want to go take. That is not the way it works. This certification is good for you if you're targeting roles such as a CISO, a senior security consultant, a principal security architect, or senior penetration testers. Like I already explained, don't make the mistake of both taking exams and then passing the exams without being eligible for the certifications because you do not meet the number or the requirements for those particular certifications. Take the ones that are not only worth your money, but also your time, as well as the level of the phase in your career at this time. I'm not discouraging you from taking the higher level ones or the specialized ones. Yes, you will get there. But the truth is, for me, I consider the time as well as the effort and the money you are going to be putting into that certification without being able to put it into the exam, without being eligible for the certification at this time is not really worth it. I need you to take control of your cybersecurity career. Challenge yourself to identify the top certifications that aligns with your goals and ensure that you start a journey that will make you a sought-after expert this year. I'll see you at the next level.